up, YouTube family? It's your boy Dwight. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Now, today's an extra special video in collaboration with Barrett Fragrances and my main man over there, Ross Barrett. He sent me over a couple of inspired by fragrances that are basically inspired by / clones of two juggernauts within the designer fragrance realm. But how close did he really get? You'll find out soon. Keep it locked. Well, let's get down to business. Now, I have two fragrances here from Barrett Fragrances, and they're basically inspired by two Paco Rabanne 1 million clone fragrances that's in the designer realm of things. And the first one that we're going after is 1 million Lucky. And both of these fragrances, by the way, are extrait de parfums. I'm also going to give you prices of what it costs for a 10 milliliter fragrance atomizer and a 55 ml bottle, which is what these are. And Barrett Fragrances' version of it is Lucky Millionaire. Let's give them both a spray and I'll give you my breakdown. There's that one. Down there. Here's this one. Really nice atomizers on these bottles, and these are really nice, hefty glass bottles that Barrett sends you. Now, 1 million Lucky and Lucky Millionaire. Now, I've been testing these for maybe a couple weeks now, kind of side by side. Just wanted to refresh my thoughts on them overall. With this one here, if you want a 10 mil, and I'll have it pop up on the screen, kind of what you get. If you want a 10 milliliter atomizer, it's $12.99 on their website. And this 55 mil that he was so gracious to send over to me is $47.99. Now, when it comes to the actual fragrance, you got top notes of grapefruit, plum, which provide a lively fusion of grapefruit and plum that exudes freshness and optimism. Is kind of the breakdown next to the notes that he gave here. Your heart notes are hazelnut, jasmine, which would be a delightful blend of hazelnut and jasmine, creating a harmonious and captivating aura. With base notes of warm patchouli, rich cedar wood, and a base of warm patchouli and rich cedar wood leaves a lasting impression of confidence and success, embracing the spirit of luck and abundance. Now, when it comes to this fragrance here, I can definitely say he nailed that plum opening for sure. The grapefruit kind of sits in the background on both fragrances. With this being an extrait de parfum, I clocked them both at the 1 million Lucky being about that 7.5 hours mark before it starts to sit close to the skin, about 6 hours from what I remember. The Barrett fragrance version of this is about 9.5 hours. With it being an extrait de parfum, even when it begins to sit close to the skin, well into the opening, when you first spray it on, you get an oil sheen on your hand that lasts, I would say, man, within the first probably 3 hours of application. As far as what you're going to see on your skin and how it would go about it. You can spray your clothes with these because, as you can see in the back of that fragrance there, the juice is clear, so it won't stain your clothes by any means from what I've seen. The smell overall, I would say if I had to rate this first one being the Lucky Millionaire, it is about an 8 as far as closeness. As it begins to dry down, the cedar wood to me is not quite as smooth as the cedar wood in the Paco Rabanne, but I mean, what can you expect when it's actually an expired by fragrance that beats the original in longevity, matches the energy in the original as far as the opening with that plum / grapefruit kind of hiding off in the background. It smells really, really pleasant, and it's a plum opening that is unmatched. Now, honey's not listed in the Barrett Fragrance version of this, but there has to be a little bit of a combination of accords that he's put together that kind of still gives you that honey sweetness, but allows the plum to still stay in the forefront. An amazing alternative to Paco Rabanne's 1 million that's rumored to be discontinued. Next one. It's inspiring by 1 million Privé, the highly sought after fragrance that at this point has been discontinued. So it's very, very hard to find, but I was able to find mine at Burlington's over a few years ago for like $39.99. There was only one bottle. It looked like somebody tried to hide. But his inspired version is Private Millionaire. Once again, in one of those 55 ml straight to parfum bottles. But let's give them both a spray and see how close he actually got to it. Big spray on that one. Couple sprays on that one. 1 million Privé. Private Millionaire. It just definitely re-jogged my memory on my thoughts on that one there. Once again, a 10 mil travel atomizer is like $12.99, and then it's $47.99 for the 55 mil, which is what you see right here, right next to each other here. But with this one here, you got top notes of cinnamon, blood orange, a captivating blend of cinnamon and blood mandarin that invokes richness and sensuality. Heart notes of tobacco and myrrh, and base notes of warm patchouli and indulgent tonka bean. But what do you get with this one? Now, in this opening here, the 1 million Privé has a cinnamon slash blood mandarin orange opening that seem to kind of sync one together a little bit smoother than the opening that's in the Private Millionaire. The Private Millionaire, to me, is a little bit more cinnamon heavy in that opening. And it begins to allow the blood orange to make its presence felt, but it's not as simultaneous as it is in the 1 million Privé. But it's still a very, very pleasant overall opening. As it begins to dry down, be it the Barrett version of it, to me, the tobacco and the myrrh comes into play or to the forefront a little earlier than in 1 million Privé as well, but it seems to be equally as smooth. Tobacco being the heavier note between the two, and the myrrh kind of still providing some warmth in the background. And then as both of these dry down, that you definitely get a tonka bean slash a little bit earthy patchouli down the stretch. But I will say this one once again outperforms the original. The original gives me about that 8-hour mark if I spray my clothes and skin heavy. This one here gave me 10 plus hours easy. And I didn't have to like overboard spray it or just go crazy on the sprays. About 4 or 5 sprays, I was good for an entire work shift and a few hours after my work shift was over with. The biggest difference between the two inspired by fragrances, the overall scent profile, I used to believe that I liked it 1 million Privé more, but I've kind of as my journey in fragrances has evolved, I began to gravitate toward uniqueness in an opening. And when it comes to that cinnamon slash mandarin opening and like fall and wintertime fragrances, it's beginning to become more and more prevalent and more common. So I think I personally lean toward the 1 million Lucky DNA, which of course would also have me leaning more toward the Lucky Millionaire as far as which one I like the best between the two. If I had to rate Private Millionaire overall, it's about a 7.5, between that 7.5 and 8, which this one be more of an 8.2. Overall rating between the two fragrances, I would give them both like a standing 8.2. These are definitely good, inspired by fragrances. He used quality oils in these, quality ingredients. But most importantly, if you can't get your hands on either one of these fragrances here, these are two very, very good alternatives. And this is my second experience with Barrett Fragrances. I have another Barrett Fragrance video actually on the channel where I give more of their mission statement, more of a breakdown of the company overall. But I can say they're 2 for 2 as far as the quality of what they bring to the table. The fact that when they ship you something, you get it very, very fast. And he's the type of person, if you decide to talk to him on Instagram back and forth via Messenger and kind of give some insight on things that you may be interested in or things that he does have in his inventory, he does get back with you and let you know. Mr. Ross Barrett does do. But like I said, they're 2 for 2 on offers that they sent me, so I can actually say that they're a company that if you're looking to get a scent profile on a budget, if you're looking to get a scent profile that's discontinued, and they actually do have it in their inventory so far, they do an excellent job of capturing what that fragrance was all about, or the essence of that fragrance. If you guys have anything else by Barrett Fragrance that you think I need to get my nose on, I'll have to look into it and see what's going on. But these two are very, very nice and very, very affordable. And that's my time. Peace.